Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second episode of Inside the USN. I'm your host, Billy, and I'm here with the one and only, the man that I love 3,000, Stokes.
Oh, man.
We're back again, man.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I also love you, 3,000. I feel like, honestly, you're more in that, 600 to 500 range, but...
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So obviously I love Stokes better, but we're going to talk about that next time. But you guys are asking yourselves, hey, what is this? Inside the USN is your one-stop shop, everything Rainbow Six Siege. We show the top 5 clips. We talk about what's been happening in our qualifiers and what will be happening later in the next stages of this USN program. But first things first, let's talk about what's been going on, man. Last week we had some really great games. We saw a lot of pro teams come in and a lot of newcomers make it towards the end. Let's take a look at the scores and the schedules of what's been going on. So, Sam, you casted the Western Conference qualifiers. Tell us what happened.
Well, right off the bat, we had Our Bad versus Nocturnal, with Our Bad winning 7-5 on Consulate. Most of their defenses look pretty good, but Nocturnal turned it on the second half and ended up making it a pretty close matchup. On the other end of things, we had Rogue versus Holy Wada, which had Andrew Astor on it, which we got a couple of cracks in on. But overall, not too much to show for it. 7-3 on Border. Then we went to our final match of the evening, which was an absolute showstopper. Our Bad versus Rogue on Coastline, where Our Bad ended up winning 7-4.
And just to add some context to the conversation, just so you guys know, in case you've been living under a rock, Rogue was actually Team USA. They won the U.S. Nationals Finals last year in Las Vegas, and this is their second week in a row that they fell short. Is everything on fire right now? Should they panic, or what's going on? Is this a slow start?
It is a slow start, but they've also had a slow season with their other leagues that they've been playing in as well. They just have not looked their best, actually, since they won USN.
Yeah.
Everything after they won USN, everything's just been downward spiral, excuse me. But honestly, I think what's really biting them right now is they are in complete rebuild mode. I mean, really, per week, you've really seen them try to change up roles and try and allocate things to different spaces, try to put their resources, to try and find a way to win.
They're finding themselves.
Yeah, they're trying to find themselves.
Okay.
They're in their teenage years. That's what's happening.
I understand that.
It's that awkward, junior year where you're you thought you had everything figured out, but now you have to make a car payment. That's what it is,
You know what I like to believe? I like to believe that everybody's just getting better. Everybody's getting better.
I would agree with you on that.
Okay.
Because honestly, a conversation between casters, especially on Rogue, is the fact that everyone thinks that Rogue has kind of plateaued in their skill, and everyone's really just caught up. They haven't fallen. They haven't really gone anywhere skill-wise. Just everybody has learned how to punish them in what they do.
That's what I love to hear. But let's talk about the eastern side of things, the games that I've been casting alongside my man Blue. We have Dream Chasers going against Team MC. It was a quick 7-0, and we actually saw some ex-pros coming back to the scene. Let's talk about Honor Among Thieves. They actually beat pro teams to make it to the finals, going against Dream Chasers. In case you guys didn't know, Dream Chasers, you have Cookies. He was at the last U.S. Nationals, and they fell short 3-7. What are your thoughts?
Well, Hat actually does have 2 former pros on it. They have Benji and they have Billboard. Benji playing for Obey and then E-Gang for a little while, and then Billboard, a former Motivate gaming member. So 2 seasoned players that could definitely pick up the team, and they have no short of useful people around them. I mean, Prompted is absolutely insane, as I'm sure you guys saw.
And it's actually crazy. I took down some stats. On Honor Among Thieves, there's 2 standout players to me. It was Benji and also Billboard. Billboard, throughout the entire day, he went 19-12. Benji, 19-13. And if you guys don't remember Benji, he's the Ash main that whipped out the pistol to get the final kill within the last second. The guy is absolutely nuts. But in case you've been missing all the top action that's happened throughout the week, we compiled a list of the top 5 clips. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Find one of his own. Is all looked up to Albatross on the yellow stairs. He's going to find 2. That SMG-11, though, not very many rounds. He knows he's behind Black Car. That shotgun does have quite a bit of range, but very, very low HP on the smoke.
Careful too, you can see just on the other side of that wall there is a player waiting for the peek from Beastly, and it doesn't look like they're aware of the position from Shuttle, who should be able to take him down. Eclipse, meanwhile, able to pick up the first kill, and Shuttle does close out. The plan is not immediately denied by Rav. He's going to try to spam through the table, not really going to work. Nitro Cell going in. Again, no, it actually manages to grab Kartama, and the pre-hold on the window takes out Albatross. I can't believe they continue to do this. This would be the 4th round in a row. They bring it back. Matter, Filthy takes him out anyway. Vaughn's gonna leverage some aggression, takes out one, nearly gets himself, in fact he does get a second one over to the M to pick up the actual frag though as he takes out another player. However, he's lost his teammate, 15 seconds left, and he doesn't have a whole lot of HP to play off either, but neither does Filthy. Moves out, makes the push known by audio, and as such, Vaughn, there's a lot of obstacles around him. He's gonna be able to find the first kill though, moves past the punch hole lineup. It's over to reinforced territory now. Oh my goodness, the push comes out against him. He's incredibly low. He's gonna try to play it towards timing now, but it won't matter. Picks up the 1v2 clutch.
I'm sure you guys saw those clips, very, very entertaining, a lot of action, but did you know those could be you?
It took us like 5 times to get that, and we've gotten it every single time. So Sam, the chemistry and the synergy is on point.
They're not ready for this week.
They're not ready at all. We're going to have so much fun. But the point that we're trying to make is that these tournaments are free to enter, and you saw a lot of teams and names up there that you're not familiar with. So what am I trying to say? That if you want to ever play on a big stage, really get some recognition and be casted by yours truly, Blue Stokes, or even the one and only Veli, make sure you enter these tournaments. They're free to play. You can find them every Saturday. And also, if you want to join our discussion, make sure you tweet out with the hashtag R6USN. But moving forward, last week we had a lot of great games, and I had a chance to talk with one of the former pro players, Billboard from Honor Among Thieves. They won the Eastern Conference Finals, and let's go ahead and see what he had to say. Billboard, how's it going, man?
Fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I'm talking to, one of the MVPs of the game that I just casted over. But congratulations. You're going to be in the conference playoffs right now. You're going to be going against Sonics. But before we get into all that nerdy stuff, talk to me. How did your team come together? Because you guys have a pretty solid roster.
Yeah, so previously this team was known as Tai Chow. They were also competing for CL playoffs, or they were in CL playoffs. And I myself was on a team called Least Wanted. It was a team of ex-pros, including myself, Gurmy Wormy, Dave, Chapstick, and we also had Skittles, who was the only non-ex-pro, but he had experience. So we were all a team of friends. We wanted to try to, get into CL. We were doing pretty well, and unfortunately, we just didn't play well on playoffs day. Okay. And also the same thing happened to Tai Chow. They unfortunately went down in CL playoffs. So both of our teams ended up not making CL. And so because of some players on my team, they wanted to take a break. And so it basically ended up becoming a full split. I still kept my options open. I wanted to look out. And then Benji kind of reached out to me because back in the day, like in the beginning of the game, I used to run an underage team, one of the best underage teams, I think.
Little killers.
Yeah. And also known by Honor Among Thieves. And we were teammates before. So he kind of reached out to me if I was interested. And I definitely was. They were a team that played similar to how we played on Least Wanted. So their team interested me a lot. I tried out, I joined, and we did some role swapping around. We found our comfortability, and here we are today. And
it's the perfect mix. I really love how you guys perform on both offense and defense. But there's a lot of threads out there, whether you like a Reddit or Twitter, where a lot of up-and-comers, they always ask the same question. How do I get better? How long should I prepare? And can you give us some insight how your team is going to prep for next week?
So you don't want to overgo preparing. You honestly, a lot of it is just focusing on your own game. I think the biggest thing in this game, and it should be the pure focus of teams when they're trying to start up, is communication. Communication is everything. If you do not have a person behind you, like getting a refrag, or if you don't have people crossed up to chase out a roamer, like whatever it may be, communication is literally everything. You could have the best strats in the game. If you don't have the communication to use those strats, you're going to be useless.
That's
so the thing that we focus on the most, and the thing that we focused on when we first formed, or like when I first joined the roster, was definitely communication. We didn't really care about strats. We just kind of had defaults set up. We just kind of started running those through and worked on comms. And that's something obviously every team should continue to work on. Your comms can never get perfect, never, and no scenario can ever be perfect. So just the better the comms, the better your team generally plays.
All right, so you seem like you really love your teammates. They're like brothers to you. So I'm going to give you this chance right now. If you had to name one of your teammates and just hype them up like none other, who would it be and why?
I would probably have to say either Vaughn or Benji. I can't necessarily name one or the other because Vaughn is definitely underrated in terms of like not many people know him. But while Benji has been a seasoned player, he's played in Pro League, so people know about him. They know that he's a well-respected player, a good fragger, everything like that. But if we're talking kind of like underdog wise, or like people that are new and don't know much about some of these newer players on our team, I think Vaughn has definitely showed, at least especially in our most recent match, that he is a contender against some of the best players.
All right, Billboard, I love talking to you, man. Every single time we do it, I'm happy for it. But as we go ahead and tell the viewers out there what your Twitter is, how they can keep in touch with you, and yeah, any last words you'd like to say to the viewers before you play in the playoffs?
Yeah, so if you want to follow the team, our team's Twitter is at @HAT_esports. You can go there, and I'm pretty sure the announcement tweet is pinned, so you can find all of our individual Twitters there if you want to follow each of our players. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just excited going the next week where we definitely have a lot to start preparing, whether it be focusing on ourselves and also preparing for Sonics. And yeah, best of luck to all of them.
All right, you should feel like you're on top of the road right now. Once again, thank you for another amazing interview, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Welcome back from that beautiful interview with Billboard from HAT. I hope you guys really enjoyed that, but we got some other stuff to talk about. It's going to be Rec. It's going to be our bad Western Conference Finals. Here's how they got there.
Oxay will find another easy pickup as Temper ends up walking right past him on the inside of the customs desk. Not loading will be able to get a trade, but it won't matter.
It's going to be all left up to Nugs. Alda by his side, trying to deal some damage to Mark, but Mark will peek into it.
The Nitro Cell goes in once again unsuccessful. Finds a hole in the smoke. They're able to drop one player. Can't confirm the kill just yet. They have pings to notify him of that. Focus on the player instead. The leap over. 2 knife kills in a row for him. Foxay already able to take out one of their last few players. Eclipse going to have to push the smoke, meaning the cough will be heard. It's not going to be so easy to spot. And that's an easy drop, and that's the diffuser gone down too. Massive panic as all of a sudden 3 kills come out of nowhere. Plan is not immediately denied by Rav. He's going to try to spam through the table. Not really going to work. Nitro Cell going in. Again, no, it actually manages to grab Kartama, and the pre-hold on the window takes out Albatross.
Shuttle will finally open the door for Rogue, but Tuffy's going to slam it shut, followed up by Beastly. And wow, Slash going to try and follow it up on a cool vibes. Beastly once again, he's making bodies out of everyone. It's all left up to Shuttle. He's going to try and hop through, but Beastly once again.
He's going to be able to find the first kill, though. Moves past the punch hole lineup. It's over to reinforced territory now. Oh my goodness, the push comes out against him. He's incredibly low. He's going to try to play it towards Simon now, but it won't matter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So you saw how they got there, but let's talk about them just a little bit more. So Sam, you know a lot about these teams, Reciprocity. One of my favorite teams out there, you have the likes of Laxing and you have the underdogs, Our Bad. So just a little insight. Reciprocity, ever since they made their team change, it's kind of like Thanos, you know? He got all the 5 Infinity Stones, and they've been on top of the road, but Our Bad, the up-and-coming team, they're bringing that hammer. And I don't know if Reciprocity's ready for that.
Yeah, I feel like Our Bad is more of the Arya Stark right here, and that's what I'm really feeling. We're going to try and fit in as many references as we possibly can, try and just do some fan service for everybody. But no, I really feel like everyone's going to think Rec is going to win this. But Our Bad is definitely suited to take on this beast. Yeah. Speaking of beasts, we've got Beastly from Rise Nation on Our Bad, and he could definitely show up here. Did some stats, ran back through their games since they picked up Beastly. They dropped off one of their players after the first set of matches for CL, picked him up after. Took him about 2 weeks, but after that, the cogs started rolling, and they did fantastic on the latter half of CL. So I expect them to at least put up a very, very good fight against Rec here, but Rec, with their very fluid playstyle that they're known for, could I mean, they could just roll over him, really.
So I beg the question, you talk about Beastly and the rest of our bad really coming up as up-and-coming players. Take a look at Laxing. Laxing throughout the entire day went 29-13 on Reciprocity. He's one of the most he is the scariest Slayer in Rainbow Six Siege. Some people can argue that he's one of the best. How much of an impact does he have on this team, and does our bad have an answer for him?
Well, here's the thing. Your only real answer to Laxing is to kill Laxing. There's no put him in a box, try and get him on the other side of the map. He will run, he will find you, especially since they made the role swap of on his offensive set. He went from Thatcher in more of a team utility basis to IQ, to where he can literally just go anywhere. It's more or less selfish utility. Yeah, he can help out the team a little bit. He can shoot some bandit batteries off and stuff through walls. But besides that, he's got a 5.52 commando and he's hunting heads, and he does a damn good job of it.
So let's paint the picture just for a moment. And this is pretty much a huge storyline. You're talking about a professional team going against an up-and-coming amateur team. Now, that's the beauty about USN, because these lower-level teams, and I'm no shade by saying that, they're able to face off against the best of the best, and they're actually able to beat them on a bigger stage. Like, how important is it to really set that stage and that tone here at the USN this early?
Well, right now, our bad's got to be feeling good, especially coming off of that win from Rogue. And I mean, as long as you're high on the horse, no one else is really going to knock you down. You're not going to be afraid to take on Reciprocity. I mean, a lot of people, especially younger teams, are used to this aggressive play style because they play it themselves. Now, they did add somebody that's a regular into more of a structured play style, which would be Beastly, but even he has been doing fantastic in this roster.
Yes, and let's talk about the Eastern side of things, okay? We have Honor Among Thieves, and before I introduce this team, let's just say God is a woman. Goddess and Sonics. They'll be facing off in the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's see how they got here.
For the counter trade onto Gurmy himself. Art lining up the next one. Avian striking right back. It's all on Avian alone.
No!
He's got to line up.
But God is able to turn and get the kill on Gurmy. 1v1 falls far away.
Look at this run. He's not going to make it.
No,
but she jumped off.
Oh, goodness! 5 seconds left to go, and here goes Ghost on the attack. He's going to be able to get this double kill. There you have it, an easy kill.
At the kitchen window, but he's not giving up on it just yet. Hold the angle, trying to play it patiently. Perfectly done! He's going to hold the site. He knows they're going to push into this hole in the wall. They can't get it. Oh, Benji!
No!
That's the Ash play we like to see. The diffuser also being dropped on the prime stairs here. So Benji will make one more push, completes.
The Yokai drone isn't going to have a lot of effect on CCTV, knowing that IQ is there, but the diffuser is currently going down, and his Nitro Cell gets the double kill. Billboard!
Filthy takes him out anyway. Vaughn's going to leverage some aggression, takes out one, nearly gets himself. In fact, he does get a second one over to the M to pick up the actual frag, though, as he takes out another player. However, he's lost his teammate, 15 seconds left, and he doesn't have a whole lot of HP to play off either, but neither does Filthy. Moves out, makes the push known by audio.
All right, guys, you saw how they got here. Now let's start some discussion about them. Veli, you got to cast all of these games on the eastern side. So, got a big question for you.
Talk to me.
Neptunes, Sonics, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great about Sonics, and actually, this is probably the most one-sided match I've ever seen in regards to offense and defense. Take a look at the stats. Sonics actually lost one round on defense. They went 8 for 9, and they're solid at defense. That's what they're known for. That's their bread and butter, okay? But you take a look at the other side of things, Honor Among Thieves. This is an attacking team. 8 for 12 on attack. So it's pretty much when, what's that saying when an immovable object goes against an
unstoppable force? Yeah.
That's what this matchup is going to be, and I've been waiting for this game this entire time. So it's going to be a lot of heavy hitters, and I want to see how things are going to fare out when the roles are switched. I want to see Sonics on attack and also Honor Among Thieves on defense to see who the better team is. We're going to find out this week.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I get to cast it with you, which is going to be awesome. But I think the biggest thing, especially for Hat, because there's not much information on this roster, everyone. Brand new roster for Hat. They've been in with different, just marginal amounts of rosters. I think they've had like 3 separate rosters Hat has, but with the new one, there's no information on them at all. Unpredictability is what they bring to the table against Sonics, whereas Sonics has a bunch of tape on them throughout the season instead of CL.
So we talk about the teams that are playing in the conference finals. Let's talk about the most promising teams, who would you say is the most promising team so far?
Our bad.
Our bad.
Yeah.
Why our
Started.
bad?
Because
you said it so confident.
No one expected them to beat Rogue ever,
Okay.
ever in a million years.
That's
Everyone had Beastly pegged as, oh, he's washed, he's out of Pro League. Price dropped him for a reason, and then he comes in with this our bad roster and just starts making money, man. Just starts, making it to gold. And so far, the gold hasn't ran out.
Hey, you do have a point. So I don't want to talk about the most promising team. I want to talk about the most promising player. And it's going to be Vaughn from Honor Among Thieves.
Okay.
And it's Vaughn for a reason. In the finals, Vaughn clutched, I believe it was 2 back-to-back 1v3s. If Vaughn never did that, the score would have been 5-5. Okay? Score would have been 5-5, and they would have honestly had a realistic chance of losing that game. So shout out to Vaughn and our bad for making it so far. Remember, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to compete in these type of tournaments, make sure you keep in touch with the online qualifier. Stage 2 will be coming soon after Stage 1 ends. And I say we go ahead and move on to the schedule. This week is going to be a good one. Tuesday and Thursday, we're having our conference finals. But Sam, something's different about this layout.
What's different about this layout, Veli?
It's a best of 3.
It's a best of 3? You don't say. Did you know what's between Reciprocity and Our Bad on the east side, or excuse me, on the west side, and Sonics and Hat on the east?
No, I'm excited. This is
I
what
am
the
as well.
build-up has been for, Sam. Like, all jokes aside, this is what we've been waiting for. Reciprocity, one of the most prominent teams in NA, going against Our Bad, and then you have the 2 up-and-comers, Sonics, and also Honor Among Thieves. And you start to question, okay, best of 1s, these guys were able to get away with a lot of things. They didn't have to really defend themselves on the second map. In the best of 3, a lot of these teams don't have experience playing at a top level like that. So if, for instance, if you're on Our Bad and you're going against Reciprocity, do you have the stamina to go all the way to the 3rd map?
Yeah, that is the biggest thing about best of 3s is you have a lot more play time. You don't have just, okay, we got a short sprint here and I'm okay, I can make it through that. It turns into a mental game.
Yeah.
If you get broken down in the first half, I mean, you might end up losing that second map, and that's really where it counts. You have to pick up 2.
The map picks and bans is going to be half the battle, and I am ready for this war to go down. This is the gauntlet. 4 teams are going in, and only 2 are coming out, 1 for each conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you ever want to ask us any questions out there, join the discussion, make sure you tweet out, #InsideUSN. Stokes and I will love to answer any of the questions that you throw out there. Blue will be joining us as well, and we have a hell of a week coming up. So, this is it. This is our 2nd episode. I'm pretty sad because I've had a lot of fun. I like these segments, okay?
Well, we got to go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. I'd sit here and talk to you guys all day. Use that hashtag. Make sure you guys get your questions in there. We got plenty of action coming up this week for you guys. We'll see you on Tuesday.
I want to really throw it out there that for those of you that are up-and-coming players and you really feel like you can prove yourself, or you just want to have fun with your friend, don't be afraid to go ahead and enter these tournaments. These are for everybody. It's for free. And also, if you really want to be the best of the best here in the USN, go and compete. We've seen a lot of up-and-comers with people that we never knew existed in
Holy
these
water.
finals. So, holy water.
Nocturnal.
Exactly. So make sure you go and play in these tournaments. It's free. It's fun. And next, you never know. You can be casted and make it to land in the finals, because last year at the USN, it was phenomenal. But wrapping up now, I'm your host, Veli. As usual, I'm here with my man, Sam. We'll catch you next time on Inside the USN.